From Washington to Hollywood and right back to Wisconsin. It's Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. Connecting the dots on the stories shaping our world with smart takes, sharp humor, and plenty of personality.
You know, I really expected more professional behavior from you.
It's news and culture without the noise.
Yeah, I'm on.
Here's Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach.
Dude.
Welcome to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. We're so happy you're joining us this evening. If you want to call or text, you can always be part of the conversation. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on that live stream. We're currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. And I'm Greg Bach coming to you live from Radio Park here in Racine and coming up all the way of the coast in Northeast Wisconsin in Marinette, a.k.a. Christmas City, USA, is Mr. Pete Schwaba. And then all the way over in Madison, the one, the only, Dom Lee on the ones and twos. We are your Yaderhay Triangle. So excited you are joining us this evening. Pete, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing very well. I forgot to turn my microphone on, but that happens periodically. But yeah. I got it together. I'm doing well. It's a beautiful day here in Northeast Wisconsin. Hope you guys had a great day too. Yeah, really nothing to complain about.
Yeah,
just a lovely day. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good as well. Again, another beautiful day. I gotta mention the weather every single time.
Look how polite we are. We are so polite. We don't want to step on each other's toes. We're just here to have a good time and make each other feel good. I think
the
that's
Midwestern
great.
in us.
Yeah. I know, very much
That's
so.
right.
Plus, it's the thing of like, you go. No, you go. You go. Same here. It's a very nice day outside. It was like in the upper 60s, lower 70s all day. I'm getting some housework done. Bridget is out of town in Canada right now because she works for a Canadian bank, and so she does a lot of work up there. So I thought, well, you know what? I think I want to get some stuff done. So I'm just doing some cleaning projects I've had on my mind, and it's nice. It's nice to get things. Although I don't know how. Dom. I'm sure this isn't the thing for you because you're young and your body hasn't turned its back on you yet. But I'm at the point now in my life where just doing simple cleanup. I did some scrubbing in the kitchen and did some sweeping. Nothing big. I wasn't replacing tile or installing anything. But my body hurts.
That's brutal.
It's workout hurt, where you're oh, you did some basic exercise. No, I just wiped down the floor. That's gonna hurt for a couple days now.
The best thing you can do, and I get it. There's times I feel like I'm 80 years old, but when I stretch or do yoga, I feel like I'm 14 years old again. I cannot believe your dexterity is the first thing that goes. And once it goes, it's tough to get it back. But I don't know if you're into yoga or stretching, but oh my gosh, it makes you feel the cliche is young again. And it does.
It really does. I used to do a thing called yoga lattes, which was yoga and Pilates. So it was a little more aggressive than yoga, and it was absolutely fantastic. I miss it. I miss yoga a lot. And honestly, there's no reason why I can't. I'm not incapable. I'm just lazy.
And it's typically the first thing that goes off when you have a busy day. Well, stretching. Okay, I'm not doing that. That's 10 or 15 minutes or 30 minutes if you do yoga or whatever. So I totally get that. But as I've gotten older, I really do try to make time for it because it is remarkable. It does.
Better be taking notes here, Dom.
I was gonna say I don't have those issues yet, but all in due time. I got time.
But it's coming.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. One day you're gonna wake up in bed and you're just gonna stretch and be like, "Ow, my ankle." That's just what happens.
That's so scary.
It's just what happens, buddy.
Just enjoy the moment, dude. Live in the moment. That's all you can do.
Live in the now, man.
Because life really does, Dom, if I could just take a moment here, it starts to really suck. So I'm kidding, Dom. You're just...
No, Dom. Life is a highway. You want to ride it all night long.
All night long.
Yeah.
We got a great show tonight, guys.
Yes, we do.
I can't wait to get to this. And then I can't wait to tell you what I did today. It was part of my walk, but I'm going to just tease that. And it involved a very tall tree. That's all I'm going to say now.
All right.
But, we do have a great show. One of our sponsors, Norm Kopeski from Appleton Cigar, will be joining us at 5:35 to talk about a really, really cool event he does every year. This is their third annual Smoke on the Fox event. It's a great, just a great event. They celebrate cigars, and Norm has a full bar. They're doing it in conjunction with Lion's Tail Brewery, I believe, and it's just a great event. So we'll talk to Norm about that. That's coming up on June 8th. And then in hour number 2, Martin Alvarado will be here. He is the business and technology librarian at Madison Public Library. Martine is a regular on the guest or on the show as well. We talk books and what's going on at the libraries, not just in Madison, but around the state. This guy does his homework, and we always love when sometimes I want to call him Martin, and sometimes I want to call him Martine. And you know who I blame? Martin or Martine. I can't decide who to blame because I don't know what to call him, because he says, call me either one.
Yeah, exactly. So I just call him Martine because I heard him refer to himself as Martine once. So I'm just like, I'm going to go with that. There we go.
What if I started calling him Marty? You think he'd punch me in the face?
Well, first of all, that's you. Wow, it's a very quick, really quick punishment for that question there.
It's a bit of an escalation.
I don't think so. He seems like a really laid back guy. I think at most he may say, please don't call me that.
Dude, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Martin,
I don't think
nice guy.
Yeah,
I think if I called him Marty, he'd be too nice to correct me, but I think he'd pull me aside later.
Yeah, exactly. He'd do the nice thing. Yes, yeah. Hey, Pete. Just very polite, very nice, and that sounds like our Martine.
You never know. Yeah, that's our.
Or he might just go Mortal Kombat on you and be like, "Watch out!"
He could school me while I'm in a headlock, and he straightens me out and tells me what to call him. And you know what? I would deserve it. I would accept that.
Where did this go?
I have no idea. Let's get back to the show. So we got 2 great guests, a really fun question that's coming up, and a reminder, folks, that on Thursday, in the second hour of our show, a Nite Lite Thursday edition, it is Nite Lite Movie Club, and this week's movie was one of my selections.
With the Tiffany again. My God, we're just burning cash right now.
Money. Oh, my gosh.
I got to keep doing that.
Outsiders. The Outsiders is this week's Nite Lite Movie Club selection. I can't talk today. So check out The Outsiders. If you haven't already watched it, or if you want to give it a rewatch, check it out. Join us Thursday night in hour number 2 and tell us your favorite scenes, your favorite actors. I mean, think about the careers that were launched from this movie. Diane Lane, Patrick Swayze, Tom Cruise. Cruise was on his way anyway, but I think this movie did benefit a lot of Emilio Estevez, Ralph Macchio. Macchio or Macchio?
Macchio.
Right?
It's Macchio. You called him Macchio last night, and I was like, I've never heard anyone call him that. But I didn't correct you because I was like, no, let him journey his journey.
I struggle. I like to play around with names, as my friend Martin will attest to, until I settle on what people should be called. But a great movie and a classic, Francis Ford Coppola, based on the S.E. Hinton novel. We'll talk about that second hour Thursday. So you have time before tomorrow night to check it out and join us enjoying the fun. So
nice.
That'll be fun.
It's going to be a really packed show. And coming up, I think next week, we've got another text to win contest coming up. We'll have more information coming your way about that. I think it's next week. I may be wrong. I think I'm wrong, actually. But I know it's coming up. Yeah, it's right around the corner, either next week or the following week. So it's another reason to have the Civic Media app, my friends.
Yes, and you'll need it to play, and you'll need it to correct me and Greg when we give you information.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, there are a lot of people out there who always want to correct us because we are, I wouldn't say we're wrong. I just say, we're learning.
We're a work in progress as well.
Yeah. Yes. What was it? To quote a show that you love, Ted Lasso, we're a work in progress.
Now, see, I didn't stick with Ted Lasso, so I have not heard that quote, but I love that. That's excellent.
We'll talk more about that. I'll tell you what.
One of these days.
Yeah, we'll talk about The Wire and Ted Lasso, about how we should maybe both give them another shot.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Listen, I'm a measured human being. I'm up for that.
So what happened to you on your walk today?
Okay, so I'm taking a walk today. It's gorgeous. I often take breaks throughout the day when it's nice out, get a couple, we call them laps because we live in a circular community. Yeah. And they were taking a tree down. Have you ever watched somebody line up the purposeful taking down of a tree?
Yes.
They put the rope around it. Yep. And I love watching people do what they do. Yeah. And especially when I have no knowledge or I couldn't do it, I'm fascinated. And these guys lined up, they were taking this huge tree down, and they did not move their truck. And it missed the truck by 2 feet. Oh. And I'm a layman. I'm like, move the truck, just in case. What if an updraft comes up? Whatever. No, it doesn't matter. They know what they're doing. These guys were experts, and the tree fell. exactly where they planned. And I had a neighbor do this about 3 years ago. And the guy took the tree down. And I said, that was pretty good. Like, he got it to land right where he wanted it. And he said, I actually wanted it to be about 3 more inches to the right. And he was serious. Like, I'm in awe of what these guys do. It's unbelievable.
Just imagine you as like the rookie kid on the team, and you're like, what are you doing, Schwaba? I'm moving the truck just so that don't move the truck. Why not? Yeah. We know what we're doing.
We got this, dude.
If I wanted the truck to be there, I would have put it there. I've been on this job for 32 years now. I'm 3 weeks from retirement. I'm too old for this junk.
You punk kid. And that's right when the tree would fall on him and he would die. And my character would go on to resurrect and to make good on his legacy of teaching me tree removal. Oh, guys, this thing writes itself. Let's go.
I think we got our movie on our hands right here.
I think so, too. Let's get to our question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Okay, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Question.
Questions.
Sports question alert. Here it comes, folks.
Sports
contest. The New York Knicks are going to the finals for the first time in 27 years. Most of the people listening probably don't care, but it begs the question, and I am excited for New Yorkers. I got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
But what's your favorite all-time sports moment? That is tonight's question of the night. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the app we just mentioned a few minutes ago. And if you're watching the radio on YouTube, Facebook, or X Twitter, drop us a stream comment and be part of the show, be part of the fun. Let us know what's on your mind and what your all-time favorite sports moment is. There's a lot of good ones to choose from, guys. We're going to have fun with that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. You were talking about tree removal. That's a job that's very much a skilled profession, like a trade profession, if you will. And
sure.
You know, our very own Tom Tiffany was in the news, sort of in the news. He was caught by TMZ DC and asked about AI and young people graduating. There's been a lot of people been booing commencement speakers because they're talking about the importance of AI, and kids are getting really upset because they're like, these are, you know, this is what's taking jobs or making them not available. This guy asked Tom Tiffany, well, what do you think about AI and kids with, you know, their thoughts on this and being afraid that their jobs will be taken by AI? He goes, well, they should just get jobs that AI can't do. Now, I understand, like, and we can't play the interview because it's copyrighted by TMZ, and I don't want to get sued by that little guy with the water Bottle. But Harvey
might be
Hoover, Martine.
Howard.
But the thing is that, like, to understand that that's the concern is great. But all he said was, like, just go to college and find jobs that can't be done by AI. Don't put in a position like legislation. He said, "Oh, we made Pell Grants accessible for tech colleges." That's great, but he then like touted the big, beautiful bill for billionaires and basically told kids, "Hey, yeah, just do something that AI can't do." That's the option. And then they asked him, "Well, what would happen if you went back to college? Would you study political science?" Oh, he's like, "Oh no, I would never do that. I grew up on a farm. I might study agriculture." Yeah, you know, it's like there was no real answer there while he was trying to be magnanimous, also while running for governor of the state. So he really doesn't know what to tell kids other than, "Hey, I don't know, cut down trees." So it was really disappointing to witness, but not unsurprising.
I think he and I think he studied agriculture in college, too.
No, he didn't.
Oh, really?
I don't think he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll dig into this. We're coming back. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. It is so great to have you with us on this Wednesday, folks. This is the Civic Media Network.
Our house in the middle of our street. Our house.
Oh, it was. So I thought he went to school for agricultural economics.
Oh, okay. I looked at the Wikipedia, which usually never steers me wrong. But you know, it's so funny. Like with him, I was watching that whole thing. He wasn't dismissive. He was engaging the guy. Probably didn't know where it was going. And I'm like, this guy's pretty measured, you know. And I at least give him that. Like, I don't like his 2020 election nonsense and the support of the big, beautiful bill. But, you're right, Greg. He kind of
You're giving him points for being polite.
Basically human. Right.
Yeah.
But I do think that he was contradictory. He's saying, like, well, just go to school and get a job that doesn't. And then when he was asked about it, like you said, he couldn't really put his finger on any careers. And we just don't know yet either.
And there are no policies he's trying to enact as congressman. And he's not trying to bring anything to the governorship. It's really just a matter of him saying, kids, go get a job that doesn't do AI. Well, we don't know. Like, we don't know where AI will be in 5, 10, 15 years. So to me, he wasn't dismissive, but he certainly wasn't helpful. He didn't say anything. He said nothing. He said nothing of use to anybody. Oh, get a job that AI can't do. Thank you, Tom.
Right.
Thank you. Oh,
it was pretty lame. I agree.
I never thought of that.
And I totally agree with you. I'm just thinking like so often I saw this Ted Cruz thing a week ago where he was like combative and right back in the guy's face. And it's like, dude, this is what you do. You have to listen to people. I'm sorry. That's the way it is.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Tiffany. He wants to be governor. Sorry, Dom. Your future is whatever. I hope you. Whatever.
What will the AI robot be named that replaces Dom? Like, I'm looking right there in the thing, and I can just picture R2D2 sitting where Dom is.
R2 Dom 2.
R2 Dom 2. That was quick.
And he's adding up beep, 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 when he plays the music.
Or D3PO.
Or Dom will get the last laugh, and Greg and I have bounced. And there's two robots sitting here.
Yeah.
That was a great joke, Greg.
15
Thank you. Meet more.
Welcome back. Well done, Dom. You know what? An AI robot could not have remembered that I said I liked that song yesterday. But Dom is on it.
You never know.
You're crushing it. I'm not saying they couldn't. I'm just saying you do it better. I prefer you to.
You could have stopped. You could have stopped a while ago.
You can't heap praise if you cut it short. All right. Our question of the night, folks, is what's your favorite all-time sports moment? This was inspired. I think this is our senior producer, Tucker, who came up with this question. The New York Knicks are going to the finals for the first time in 27 years. It's a long time. But you know what? There are only 32 teams? One a year? That's not terribly long. I could be wrong, too, on the amount of teams. But what is your favorite all-time sports moment? That's our question tonight. So join the fun, answer the question. We will get to your texts throughout the show. Greg, you found this story that I thought was just hilarious. And the headline is simply, Trump says a new drug can bring dead people back to life.
Yes.
There's nothing to worry about, folks.
And I was really surprised that we didn't hear this come up sooner than later. Like, this actually happened. This story came out about a week and a half ago. But he was sitting in the White House, sitting in the Oval Office, talking about something that would a piece of legislation that would help folks try. I don't want to say experimental drugs or things of that nature, but let's just let him tell us what he thought of the drugs themselves. Dom, can you play that clip real quick?
We know the drug works because we've taken people that were dead. We had a person given the last rites, gone. The kids are crying and started them on this drug, and the person became better. It works, and some don't work. But you learn really fast. It's called the ultimate test, I think, right? They test all these things. They use animals all over the place. They use everything to test. Person's going to die.
So what he's referring to is a drug that someone could have taken under what's called the Right to Try Act. It came out in 2024, and this would give people the option to opt for experimental treatments before it was passed. The problem is that people were already allowed to try to do this, but this right, which I think is really funny, is the Right to Try Act really just solidified drug companies, if you will, because the law itself, which was passed, seeks to undermine the rights of individuals to legal recourse if they were preyed upon by quack doctors in a highly vulnerable moment of their lives, which when you have people like Dr. Oz and not Dr. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. behind you, I think it's important to have that fallback if you get, someone's like, just take these medicines, just take this special Jell-O and you will be cured. But yeah, I don't even know what to say to this. Like they're given the last rites, and all of a sudden, kaboom! They're healthy and happy, and there you go. The dog's happy again. Everyone's happy.
I laughed because he said, we've taken people that were dead.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of shoehorning himself into the, it's like, oh, is this what he was doing when he made the picture of him as Jesus? Like, is that what the guy they were trying to bring back? And don't be surprised, Greg, if all of a sudden Trump Pharmaceuticals comes up and here's the bring you back from the dead drug brought to you by
baby.
Donald Trump.
Well,
So
actually, what's
maybe
really
that's-
great about the new Trump phone is the new Trump phone has a super duper flashlight you can flash onto your skin or in your mouth if you get COVID, because that's all you need too is just some concentrated light in your face.
Is that true?
Well, that's what he said. He said if we just shine light on in the body, it will kill the COVID. He also said that once it gets warm, COVID will go away. He also said we could take bleach and ivermectin. There's a whole bunch of things.
He said we'll wrap this up in a couple days too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he also said that about the Iranian war too. So people were coming to his defense saying he didn't mean dead. They said it sounds like Monty Python, mostly dead. Jeez, my God.
Yeah, that was a doozy. And we didn't hear about it for a week because there's a lot going on right now.
There's
So you
always
can't
so
keep
much
up with what's
Absolutely.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the other? We had another great story here.
Oh, yeah. A NVIDIA exec says that AI is more expensive than actual workers. And what's funny is that you said something very interesting is that right now it's more expensive. It will probably be less expensive as we go. But like, not only do these AI executives say that it's more expensive, but they say that companies just don't care. And it kind of goes back to the whole thing with the Tom Tiffany discussion too, is like you see these young people who are getting out of college and want to get a job, and Oracle fired 30,000 people via email. So it's just funny to me that they're saying like, yeah, it's more expensive, but we don't care. It's fine. We got the money.
It's so scary. I totally get why graduates are booing people that even bring up AI. I mean, it's here to stay. I use it for some stuff, but you know, I'm part of two unions, the Screen Actors Guild and the Writers Guild of America, and you know, they're battling AI right now with the studios and what's appropriate and what's not. I mean, it's one thing to Google search; it's another thing not to have a livelihood because of AI.
Yeah.
And I think in this article too, someone made mention that AI works around the clock, 24 hours. People can't do that. Yep. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting.
But I mean, I guess, I don't know. Like, I'm not against AI. I'm really not. I just feel like we talked about this yesterday. This is something that needs guardrails, regulations, studying. It's still too new of a technology to just throw us into. And now all these folks are out of a job. All these people who worked for Oracle. And guess who that guy is? Larry Ellison. Guess who his son is? The guy buying Paramount, who owns Paramount, who wants Warner Brothers. I mean, it's coming for everyone at all points from all directions, it seems, whether you are in tech or in art. And it's just, to me, we are going to be in trouble. Period.
We should have someone on from the world of the arts, because I do think there are some things that can be replaced. There are AI jokes, which are terrible. You can usually tell when they've written a script that's awful. But I do think there are some things in the world of arts and culture that AI can't replace, or maybe can, but just really terribly. And I don't think people would go for it. But anyway,
absolutely.
That's for another day. When we come back, we have our pal Norm Kopeski. He will be here. He might be smoking a cigar. We don't know, but we allow him to do that because he'll be joining us over the stream. He's the owner of Appleton Cigar, and he's going to be talking about a really cool event coming up next. This is Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach and Nite Lite.
All right. I'm going to go run to the restroom, and I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay.
Sweet.
Let's see guys in a moment.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
Real quick, sorry. That poster I sent you earlier did not have this information. The proceeds from Smoke on the Fox go to Fox Valley Veterans Council. Just a...
Oh, okay.
Just
okay,
an
cool.
FYI. Yeah, okay.
All right. Cool deal. Thank you.
You got it.
Okay.
Welcome back. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. I'm Pete Schwaba coming to you live from Northeast Wisconsin. That is Greg Bach, if you're watching on the stream, banging on his air drums, coming to you live from Radio Park in Racine. And the fabulous Dom Lee holding down the fort in Madison, working the board, producing the show. Dom Lee. We are the Otter Hay Triangle, in case you were scoring at home, folks. If you're watching on the stream, you can even see we're set up like a triangle.
We should start doing like a Yotter Hay, Yotter Hay, Yotter Hay, and then be like, Yotter Hay.
Yotter Hay. I like that. It's got a very Three Stooges vibe.
Very much so.
Fantastic.
Exactly.
The inspiration.
Yeah.
The
a radio shop trio. We don't have a quartet unless we want to get senior producer Tucker or maybe our guest to join in, but
we'll see what Norm says. Just a quick reminder, folks, before we bring our first guest on, what is your favorite all-time sports moment? That is tonight's question of the night here at Nite Lite. And there's so many great ones to choose from, whether it's, I've got some that from my teams, and I've got some that I had nothing to, like, I don't root for these teams, but they were just truly amazing, majestic sports moments. It's just absolute great theater. So let us know what your favorite all-time sports moment is. That's our question of the night. All right, without further ado, it is my pleasure to welcome our first guest of the night. He's a regular on the show. He's the owner of Appleton Cigar, which has the largest, ladies and gentlemen, selection of sticks, as they call them. Greg, did you know cigars were called sticks?
No. I did not know that.
Dude,
I'm about to learn, and I love that. I love to learn.
I love that word. The largest selection of sticks north of Milwaukee has also appeared famously in a music video he may or may not want to talk about. He joins us now over the phone, Mr. Norm Kopesky. Hey, Norm.
Evening, boys.
How are
Norm.
you?
How are you tonight? I'm doing great. How about you guys?
Doing well.
Doing very well. It's great to have you back on the show. Before we get started, Norm, do you have a favorite all-time sports moment?
As a boy, I remember, I think it was Paul Molitor pitching, filling in at second base, and he made a tag that I still don't know how they did that. I mean, the throw was right on the money. His mitt didn't have to move more than an inch to make the tag, and just between the relay throw and that catch, it was just fantastic.
That is that's like a great little moment, right? Like just in the middle of a game, just a moment. I love it. That's great.
I had something recently. I went to the Brewers game when they played the Yankees a couple weeks ago, and Bryce Terang, who I kind of believe could just be his own baseball team at this point. He's just so talented. He did a jumping leap tag out that they had to go back and look, and it wasn't like they called it safe, and they were like, nope, challenge, and we saw it in the whole state. You heard one part of the stadium go insane because they knew he was safe, and then one small part just like, oh, it was the Yankees fans. That was great. That was a great moment, and I loved it was the greatest baseball game I've ever been to in my life. But yeah, I love those great moments, especially when it happens for the Brewers.
Yeah, excellent choice, Norm. My co-host approves for sure. Hey, so all right, we brought Norm on because he has this great event coming up right around the corner. Is the third annual Smoke on the Fox, which Appleton Cigar is co-sponsoring with Lion's Tail Brewing Company. It's Monday, June 8th. Norm, what can you tell us about this? Every year you come on to talk about this, it sounds like it gets bigger and bigger every year, and it sounds just fantastic.
Yeah, so like you said, this is our third event. This is our fundraiser that we do for Fox Cities Veteran Council. So the proceeds of our event goes directly to Fox Cities Veteran Council, which helps our veterans that are at risk in our community, whether that's housing or medical care, mental health care. It helps these guys get plugged in and helps them to stabilize when they get out of the military for whatever reasons that may be, medical or injury related. Or maybe it was just their time to muster out. So we want to do right by these guys, especially with Memorial Day just behind us, Veterans Day not too far away. So it's our opportunity to give back as a cigar community, and that's really what we try to focus it on. We got a cigar roller coming in, so that's called a torcedor in the Latin verbiage, in the Spanish, a torcedor.
Nice.
So these guys will take your filler tobacco, your wrapper, and your binder, and they're going to be making cigars and kind of handing those out as we're going through the night. We got several different reps from across the nation that are flying into town. Julio Roa from Aladino Cigars is coming in. That's kind of a big deal if you're an uber cigar nerd like I am. He's kind of one of the OGs of the boutique lines of cigars.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool for us. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, I'm looking at this poster here, this flyer that was sent. It could just be like, oh, we're going to have fun. We're going to smoke some cigars. This is a big thing happening. It is a good price tag, but you get a lot for your value. And as you said, you are helping the vets, which is something that I believe we can all stand behind as well. But like, this isn't just like a come smoke some cigars and, have some fun. This is like a real super, is this really for folks who are into this world of cigar smoking, or is it for everyone really who just wants to have fun and help out?
If you want to come by and you're not into cigars, come on by.
Yeah.
Line Sales got a great line of beers for the night. We got food trucks coming in. So come in, hang out. We'll pass the bucket at the night. If you want to contribute directly to Fox Cities Veteran Council, we can help facilitate that. It's geared towards the cigar people. So we try not to dial in so hard on the nerd crowd that we kind of wipe out the occasional, the golf course smoker. But yeah, we try to make it approachable for anybody that either is a cigar aficionado themselves or is family to one. Yeah.
It's for a great cause, and your money. Tell us where we can get tickets, Norm, and then I'll let people know what they get for the money because it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so if you go to our website, appletoncigar.com, on there you're gonna see options to buy tickets for Smoke on the Fox. We still have our early bird pricing going on. We're gonna run that for, I think, until next week Friday, and then from there we go to gate prices. But yeah, that's really what it's about. appletoncigar.com.
It's so great because you get 2 drink tickets for beer. 18 premium cigars.
Oh my gosh.
That's worth the price of admission right there, depending on the cigars, I'm sure. And then bonus event cigar entry, there's raffles. And is our pal Tim Cody involved in this from the Fox Valley Veterans Council, Norm?
He absolutely is.
Oh, that's great. Tim's a great guy. So it's for a great event, folks. Check it out. And you said you still have early bird pricing available. There also is a swag bag, Norm. What's in the swag bag? Can you give us a sneak peek?
Yeah. So our vendors, our cigar reps that are coming into town, those guys are going to be bringing, whether it's lighters, cutters, ashtrays, highball glasses for your bourbon that's etched with the brand name on it. So that kind of stuff, whatever table you end up sitting at, those reps will be giving you table gifts that goes in the swag bag. But then also we've got Nate from Vita. They help with keeping your humidor at the correct humidity. He's going to be bringing stuff along. We've got the raffle prizes. So I know we're going to have at least 7 entire boxes of cigars. So you have a chance, 1 in 7 chance to take home an additional 20 cigars. And those will range anywhere from a $300 box all the way up to a $900 box.
My goodness.
And so, yeah, really try to give everyone a reason to show up.
Now, I've worked in the brewery world, and I've met a lot of beer people. I've worked, in many different, where there's a culture where there's a deep dive, and like you just referred to yourself as a cigar nerd. What brought you to this world? Was it something that just came to you, or was it something that a family member was like, here kid, try this? I'm not encouraging smoking of minors, of course, but just saying, what brought you into the world of cigars? Because it's a very niche world.
Yeah. So my dad and grandfather smoked cigars occasionally when I was growing up. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't really anything that interested me until I was in my mid-20s, and my brothers were grown, and we would there's 5 of us, so 4 boys and then my dad. We would get a 5-pack of cigars, and we would sit around and smoke them and kind of catch up on life. And so it was kind of that oriented around community. It happened to be family community for us, but It was oriented around community and just kind of catching up on life and kind of building that brotherhood that we as men need to build to keep our heads screwed on straight. And it just kind of kept going from there. We went from quarterly to monthly to try to get a smoke in every week as often as we can. And then you start building other little satellite communities out of that, different friend groups that enjoy it periodically, and volunteer groups, whether it's working out at Life Fest or working at Crossroads or different things like that, where you got people that are kind of working together on a shared mission, and we kind of pass the cigar around, sit around the campfire, and do some catching up.
That's so great. Our guest is Norm Kopeski. He is one of the co-owners of Appleton Cigar. Definitely check out this place, folks. They have the largest selection of cigars north of Milwaukee, 710 cigars to choose from, walk-in humidor. It's just a great spot. Norm, you just talked about community, and I think I told you this before. The first time I went into a cigar lounge or store, I remember telling you a friend of mine invited me, and he said, "We'll go smoke a cigar." I'm like, "What are we gonna do? Just sit there?" And it was one of the best times. Like you're so right about community. You just start jawing with other people, and it's great. What can people expect if they go into Appleton Cigar? What's that experience like if someone hasn't been to one before?
Yeah, so you're going to get greeted at the door. That's one of the things that we really pride ourselves on, that everyone gets a warm welcome. You get a personal tour into the humidor to help you find a cigar that is going to help fit the night for you, whether you're celebrating, whether you're mourning someone's close, a good dog, or you're just out and you want some company for the night. We're going to help you pick out a cigar that fits you and fits what you're trying to go for that night. And then we're going to get you hooked up with a drink, soda, coffee, bourbon, one of the Lion's Tales beers. And we'll get you lit up. We'll get you comfy in one of our chairs. And from there, it's maybe the baseball game's on. Maybe it's the Packers. We're watching old school Lord of the Rings or something like that on TV.
Oh, nice.
And you could run into Navy fighter pilots, Air Force fighter pilots, rather. We got a Navy recruiter who's in the house often, retired Marine, 3-star general, corporate executives, blue-collar workers, young guys that are attending Lawrence, going for their music majors in the various fields that could be, firefighters. I mean, we get quite a variety. So it's very common to run into an interesting conversation.
That's fantastic.
If nothing else, you just listening. Yeah. We try to
exactly.
We try to run a cheers vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they have poker nights too. We can find out more about that when we come back. We've got Norm Kopeski.
Can I just
here.
give you $20 and not play? Because I'll be terrible.
Save yourself the gas money, Greg. Yeah. We're coming right back. We'll have a few more minutes with our pal Norm Kopeski. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll tell you more about Smoke on the Fox. We'll tell you what cocktail goes perfect with a good cigar. This is Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Network.
What can I do? All I want is nothing next to you. What can I do? All I want is nothing next to you.
All right, guys, we're in break.
We are? Does that mean I still can't swear? Okay.
Yes. That means you still can't swear.
So when we're on break, is the video feed still going, or is that flipping through commercials?
Go ahead, Greg.
I was going to say, right now we are currently on the live stream. We're not on the radio. We're still FCC compliant, but people can still hear us while we're talking.
Sure. Okay.
We call it the super secret show in between breaks. So, but we can
The
still
worst
chat, Norm.
secret in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you still I assume you're still doing the poker nights. You were last time I checked.
Yeah, every Tuesday night at 7:00,
Okay,
and then
cool.
cribbage on Monday nights.
Ooh.
I've never played cribbage.
You've never played cribbage?
I know it's a big Wisconsin. I've never played cribbage.
You live in northeastern Wisconsin.
Cribbage. I know everybody, or smear, I should say. Everybody. When I first met my wife and I went to meet her family in New London, I had no less than 10 guys ask me, "You ever play sheephead?" And I never have. And to this day, I still haven't.
I've never played Sheep's Head. I've never played Euchre because I've heard those games. It's like, I do not want for anyone who have to endure teaching me. Because you will not have fun for a while because you'll be simply getting, so what do I do with this card now? Explain it again. And you'll be like, just stop playing. Just give me, give me your $20 and just watch.
Save us all the drama,
Yeah.
I like Risk. There's not a whole lot of
involvement.
I'm more of a war guy. I like to play war.
I like Uno. You know what? Uno is really like, it's a
Trouble.
It's a thoughtful game. Trouble with the Pop-O-Matic bubble.
Yeah, that's good though.
The more high-tech, sorry.
It is, yeah.
Norm, do you want us to mention your appearance in the music video, or are you shunning the spotlight?
You're fine to do that if it helps with airtime. So
I think we could spend the last few minutes all on cigars if we wanted to, but it's good to know I can go there if I want to.
Sounds good.
All right, man.
All right,
with cigars, is there anything you want me to try to steer it towards specifically?
No, you tell us. I mean, if there's something you want us to ask you about specifically, I'm going to mention, too, that you've got whiskey samples there, too, because I think, to me, you and I have both talked about how we don't drink anymore, but I don't smoke cigars often, but I really miss whiskey with a cigar.
Yep. Okay.
All
yeah,
right, guys.
we can definitely talk about that.
Okay. Now, let's see what else I got here.
We got about 30 seconds. 30 seconds to our live.
Excellent.
Let's do this.
Cause I'm a picker, I'm a grinner, I'm a lover, and I'm a sinner. I play my music in the sun. I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker. I get my lovin' on the run.
Welcome back. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach, and that is how you light it up, folks. You have a cigar aficionado on your show as your guest. He is one of our sponsors. Norm Kopeski is here from Appleton Cigar. Definitely check it out. It's just a great spot right there in Appleton. He's got a great event coming up called Smoke on the Fox, June 8th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Lion's Tail Brewing Company in Neenah. This is a great cause, folks, and all the proceeds go to the Fox Valley Veterans Council. Not all the proceeds, but a substantial amount of the proceeds go there and to help veterans. So first of all, I think, Greg, you said this earlier, it's a great event when you just see the lineup and what they're offering, but when you see where the money goes, it's
Absolutely.
even better. Norm, so you also, I've told you just at the break and over the course of our friendship that I used to love smoking a cigar with a glass of whiskey. Neat. You've got a couple whiskey samples you're offering at the event.
Yeah, so we got Old Station 31, which is out in Dale, Wisconsin, the big old town of Dale, Wisconsin. They took over an old abandoned fire station and set up a distillery, and they're bringing out their stuff. We got J. Henry is bringing up their portfolio of different bourbons, their red corn bourbons, and those are the two guys that we're highlighting. I think Ledge Rock out of Fond du Lac is coming up as well. And, so we're going to have some different samples going on. Line Sale's got a full bar. So if you're more bourbon than beer, step on in there and they can hook you up as well. If the different samples just wet the whistle and fail to satiate the appetite.
For sure.
Now, I've had a lot of good conversations with local business owners, and one thing that I always see the through line and the connective tissue, regardless of whether it's a cigar shop, whether it's a printing press, whether it's a tattoo shop. I don't know why I said printing press. This isn't the 1920s, but whatever.
Cotton gin.
I went for it. But it's a commitment to the community and community service and serving the people around you, and something like this shows a real commitment to that. What are other things that you do with Appleton Cigar Company in the community that people, like other events that may be coming up, or just ways you also give back, whether it's, it's people coming in and saying hello, that's enough for a lot of people just knowing they have a space, but are there other events you take part in?
There certainly is. My whole family, personally, we're heavily involved with Life Fest down in Oshkosh. It's a 4-day Christian music festival. And so we're on the volunteer teams that helps build the grounds, runs the grounds, and then packs it up at the end of the event. A lot of my core customer base is either attendees there or they're volunteering with me. And then during Oktoberfest, I'm part of another nonprofit called the Bearded Villains, Northeast Wisconsin Bearded Villains. And you can't see me, but I have a pretty heavy beard.
We got a picture up, Norm.
We're looking at a picture right now, Norm. We see it. We see the power.
That's awesome, yeah.
Yep. And so we do a fundraiser for that during the Oktoberfest. We have a beard competition, best in class, 6 inches or under and 6 inches and longer. And the funds that go from that then go back into the community, whether it's like Levin, which helps get homeless people off the streets for the night, specifically during our cold Wisconsin winters. Whether it's like the Christy Ann Center, helping domestic abuse victims, different organizations like that we'll do fundraisers for and then funnel the money back into those entities. And so it's, like you said, like communities, we all need each other. I need customers. Customers need the products we're offering. And without each other, life just gets a lot more boring.
Yeah. Boy, that's a great answer.
Thank you, Norm.
Yeah, absolutely. Norm, I want to geek out a little bit more about cigars while you're here. I have a question. You said earlier you have a cigar roller that will be there. Getting technical, we got about a couple minutes left, but getting technical, how important to a good cigar is how it's rolled?
Oh, it's probably even more important than the guy who picked which leaves that get rolled. Because if you roll it too tight, it's impossible to get the cigar to stay lit and draw through it. If it's too loose, it feels like you're smoking a forest fire, and it just goes crazy.
Wow!
Like Bugs Bunny smoking a cigar that blows up in his face. So it's the torsador is very critical to the roll. And then you would say the blender, which is the guy that has picked the different plant types. So you have different strains of tobacco, and they'll take different leaves off of different places on the tobacco plant to give you different flavor profiles.
Boy, that's a great answer.
It's so interesting to me. It's so interesting.
I think the only thing that could make this cooler is if we did a remote from Appleton Cigar and we could actually smoke cigars while we did the broadcast. Norm, I'm just floating it out there. Greg, I don't know how you guys feel. I'm halfway there.
Sounds like a great way to spend a casual Friday there, Pete.
That's right. All right, Norm, and
absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it, man. We got about 30 or so seconds left. Any more plans on your part to be part of a music video? I know you're an extra in a music video. You seem to get a kick out of it. Are there any other acting gigs coming your way?
Hopefully not. So that one caught me off guard. My wife signed up to be an extra in this music video, and one of the guys gaffed him. He didn't show up, and so they started looking around, and I was sitting there in a lawn chair smoking a cigar, and they said, "Hey, we need the help." And my wife looked at me, and I knew what that look meant. So it was a great experience, but yeah, I did not see that one coming, and we'll see. Maybe again someday, but it's not on my bucket list.
You did great, buddy. Thank you so much, Norm, for being here. We'll try to squeeze you on one more time before your big event. It sounds great. And just have a great night. It was great catching up, buddy.
Thanks so much, guys. Have a great night.
You got it. All
Take
right,
care,
that's
Norm.
Norm Kopeski. Check out appletoncigar.com for all the event details and just if you want to learn more about cigars. It's a great spot. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. And Dom Lee's here, too. We are coming right back after the news to read your texts and talk to Martin Alvarado about books. Hey, it's Nite Lite with Pete and Greg.
Alrighty.
every time I talk to Norm, I just want to smoke a cigar right away and have a glass of whiskey.
I just, I always think to myself, like, I don't like cigars, but I've had so few in my life. And I feel like if I had a good one and I did it correctly, I don't know what that means by doing it correctly, but like, I just don't feel like that's the thing is I don't feel adept at anything that requires that kind of knowledge of whether, when someone like has a glass of whiskey or whatever, they're like, oh, you can really, I'm like, I taste whiskey. Or even with beer, like I'm not I like what I like. So I always say like, all right, that's a world for other people, not me. Cause I feel like I would just disrespect your craft and your love.
Totally. No, that's just, I think there's anything like, I was surprised he told me his favorite drink with a cigar was coffee. Hey,
interesting.
Whatever. Yeah. Guys, I'll be right back.
All right, guys.
Don't you go changing.
To try to please you?
5 minutes.
You could do that.
That's Billy Joel.
Right. 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes.
I guess I'm alone here now.
You're not alone.
Nobody. No, it's too late. You put the graphic up. It's gone. Right. I guess I gotta do my job.
You sure? Okay.
Right. That's right.
trying to make sense of the world? You've got Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach.
Call our toll-free number now.
Headlines, culture, and real conversation.
And now, our feature presentation.
Here's Pete and Greg.
Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. If you want to get in touch, you can simply call or text. The number is the same, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on the live stream. We're currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. Thank you so much to Mr. Norm Kopeski for being here from Appleton Cigar Company. We will get all that information regarding their fundraising event on the website or on the show notes. If you want to check out the show notes or download past episodes to catch up, go to civicmedia.us/show. You can go and download episodes, listen to them wherever you'd like, whenever you'd like, at your leisure. You can also listen, get in touch with us, get your news from the Civic Media app. It's absolutely free. You can download that, put it on your device. You can listen to shows. You can call. You can text. You can get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. That's all right there in the Civic Media app. And you can participate in the text-to-win contest that we have from time to time, one of which is coming up very, very soon. So there'll be more information to come on that. And then still ahead on the show today, and after the break, we're going to be speaking to Martin Alvarado from the Madison Library about all the great things happening, not just at that library, but maybe at a library near you, as well as his picks. So don't go anywhere. And then we always wrap things up with the nightcap where we hear from you and talk about what we've learned. So it's going to be a really fun hour. Very happy you're joining us. And then finally, not finally, but just a last little piece of, housework. I don't know what you'd say, Pete.
Tasks or
Task, I guess. Yeah. Thank you.
segment?
All those things are nominally helpful. Tomorrow in the second hour.
Not helpful at all.
Well, I'm passive aggressive. Tomorrow in the second hour, we are going back into the movie club, the Nite Lite movie club, watching the Francis Ford Coppola classic, The Outsiders, starring just a cavalcade of stars. They weren't necessarily stars then, but they were on their way, and you've heard of all of them. So that will be coming up tomorrow in the second hour. So join us, be a part of that conversation. Again, you can always call or text. We'd love to hear from you. But coming to you live from Radio Park here in Racine, my name is Greg Bach, all the way up on the coast in Marinette, Wisconsin, northeast to be specific, is Mr. Pete Schwaba. And then in Madison, Mr. Dom Lee, who is on the ones and twos. We are your Yadrhe Triangle. Very happy you're joining us. And let's get back to the question of the night. Let's restate it, and let's look at these answers. There's some good stuff in here tonight, so replay the music, my friend.
Go.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Questions.
The New York Knicks are going to the NBA Finals for the first time in, what'd you say, 29 years? 29 years.
27 years.
27 years.
How about that?
Give or take a few years, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But we want to know, what is your favorite all-time sports moment? Doesn't have to be local. Doesn't have to be something everyone knows. It can be something in your heart. Call or text 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on that live stream. Again, we're streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. And we would love to hear from you. Oh, and the other thing, too, is you can always email us, nitelite@civicmedia.us, NITELITE @civicmedia.us. We read all of them, and we appreciate your feedback and information very much so. There you go. All right. Pete, let's start with you. What is your favorite sports moment or moments?
I've got a few. Chris Bryant to Anthony Rizzo for the final out of the 2016 Game 7 World Series win for the Cubs.
Well, that's good. Good talking about that. Now, Dom, on to you. I'm just kidding.
It's really funny. It's really funny, Greg, when you leave it. Oh, that's all right. I know. We've got a friendly Cubs-Brewers rivalry. And you've had your share of fun with my Cubs over the last
It'll
couple
be
years,
over soon, I'm sure.
Really.
I mean,
spoken like a true Brewer fan. Michael Jordan's last shot is a bull in Game 6 against Utah.
Was that the
NBA
one where
Finals.
he like
Yes,
shot
he kept the
and then he
pose.
came and he like did the thing? Was it where he was sick?
No, that was the year before.
Okay.
This was his last shot as a Bull. They came from behind, won in Game 6 on the road in Utah, the 6th championship in 8 years. That was just a great moment, iconic moment. 1983, NC State over a dunk over Akeem Olajuwon, or I should say Derek Whittenberg took a shot to win the game. It fell far short, but it went over Akeem Olajuwon's head, and I think it was Lorenzo Charles took the ball out of the air and dunked it, and this serious underdog won. It was just a spectacular game. And here's a great moment was the Badgers win over Kentucky in 2015. That was not for a championship, but it was probably the biggest win in Badger basketball history. And I've got one more.
Okay.
I know. I got quite a list here. Buster Douglas over Mike Tyson.
I remember that as a kid. I remember seeing that. I was in bowling league and it was a Saturday and we were talking about that. And I just said, I think that Buster Douglas is going to win. And not really because I had any real knowledge of boxing. I just felt like it was time that Mike Tyson lost. You know, he had been pummeling people time after time. I'm like, someone's got to do this. And I just sort of said cheekily, I'm like, I think Buster Douglas is going to win. And then, they welcomed me the next Saturday on shoulders and ticker tape. They knew it.
That's the guy that knows a lot about boxing over there. He's not a good bowler and he knows boxing.
Yeah.
I remember I was living in this high rise in Chicago, way far north with two roommates. It was kind of a dumpy building, but I had all my high school friends from Wisconsin down. And we're looking over the lake. We got the TV on. We set up a pool so that there was a new potential winner every 30 seconds because that's how quickly we thought Mike Tyson was going to knock out Buster Douglas.
Yeah.
But his mom had just passed away. There was all this drama, and he took it the distance and won and then knocked out a champion. And as much as I wanted Tyson to lose, seeing a champion fall, man, there is nothing like it. It was a phenomenal event. We were going crazy. Everybody cheering for Buster Douglas. That was a great sports moment.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that's really what only he's known for. Like, he's just the guy who knocked out.
That's a true life Rocky, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he just probably wanted to go the distance, and he ends up knocking out Mike Tyson. Insane.
Dom, what about you?
I gotta say, back in 2021, I did this over Facebook as well. Sent this over Facebook, but back in 2021, the Field of Dreams game, I was watching it live. The Sox beat the Yankees 9-8. Greatest game I ever watched. Watched with a bunch of friends in one of my buddy's basement. It was amazing. We freaked out. We ran outside. I took my tarp off and was ready to go.
Tarp?
My shirt.
Back up there a second. Oh,
you know what, buddy? Don't do that. Don't just be like, don't just say a word and think we know.
We need another brain rot quiz.
Wait, you call your I'm sorry. I'm sorry to derail this whole thing here. Pete, help me out here. This isn't something I missed the boat on. Like, tarp is not a word for shirt that has been used for a long time that I'm just finding out about now.
Really? You really never heard that before? No, I'm just kidding. No, I've never heard that. I've never heard tarp. Okay. I kind of like it. It's a kind of sorry I didn't think about it.
I went outside and I threw my smoking jacket off and I was like, hurrah, hurrah! For the White Sox of Chicago have beaten the Yankees of New York.
I didn't just, I yanked it off and I ran outside. I yanked it off. Ooh.
I took off my denim tubes and threw them, and then I ran through the streets joyously. 'Twas a gay night.
Do they still do the Field of Dream game still? Because that for me would be a bucket list. Absolutely. I don't know if they do them anymore, but I know they are probably like redonkulously expensive.
Oh, I don't think they do it anymore.
I've been there. I've been there. It's tiny.
You've been there?
I have to imagine that tickets were like squillions and squillions of dollars.
And that's why the game was so good. There was homer after homer. The field was so small that it was just constant action each inning. It was great.
Awesome.
It was great.
It's cool that you were with your friends, too. Like, when you're with a group, oh, man, that just makes it. You know.
Senior producer Tucker just dropped this in our chat. I thought you were talking about like a tarp for the roof of your house or something. That's what I thought, too.
I don't care if we have mold, honey. Get the tarp off.
Did you thrift that tarp? I'm not sure. Okay. All right.
Tarps now.
I only really have a couple, like only two, and I already mentioned one just now. And last year I went to a Brewers game where we won at the last second. It was, I don't even remember who I think we were playing the Giants. And I went to this game with our very good buddy Dan Schaefer and Contreras. came up.
Wilson Contreras.
Wilson
Or William.
William. Sorry,
William.
His brother plays for another team, and he's a sassy boy. He doesn't like being hit by balls because he plays baseball. One in the last inning, and that was. I mean, we went absolutely mad, and I thought that was the greatest Brewers game I ever went to until I went to this one this past couple weeks ago that I mentioned earlier with Norm from Appleton Cigar, where it was. We got there at the beginning. We stayed until the end, extra innings. The Brewers absolutely destroyed it. It was awesome. We were hoarse. We were screaming and yelling, and it was so much fun. And then the other one that I wasn't there for, but I watched it. My wife got me into hockey. We used to be very big into hockey, the both of us. She very much so. But this was Game 6 of the Stanley Cup in 2013, Chicago Blackhawks versus the Boston Bruins. 2-1 in Game 6 with 1:16 left in the period, and the Blackhawks scored twice in 17 seconds. And there's this meme or GIF that goes around of all these people in a bar, and they'll like put different images on the TV, and they all go nuts together. But that's from the Blackhawks game when they score and they win, and it was insane. It was so cool. Yep.
Listen, that run the Hawks went on. I mean,
dude, 3 Stanleys in 5 years.
And I remember posting all my friends, and I said, "This is amazing. I wish I liked hockey."
Yeah.
Because it was like I felt kind of like an outsider, you know. That was
if you
great.
ever have a chance, go to a hockey game.
I know.
NHL game. It is mind-blowingly fun. So much fun.
That's what people say for sure.
I talked a lot. I'm sorry about that one.
Well,
let's get to
what we do here, Greg. It's what are we doing here?
I know, but there are people who have given us their heartfelt ideas on their favorite sports moments, and we should get to those right meow.
We got quite a few here. We got Brett from Brown Deer texting and says, "My all-time favorite sports moment is every time the Brewers beat the Cubs with Craig Counsell, especially in Chicago." Pete, what do you say to that?
That must be sweet. I get it, dude. Look, there's a lot of Cub fans that don't like him as a manager, and I think he's considered a pretty good manager. I don't know. I mean, Joe Madden, speaking of the World Series, he did his best to lose Game 7. And that irritated me. Counsell's a better, I don't know. I don't know if it's because he used to be the manager of the Brewers and there's that rivalry, but whatever it is, I don't get it.
I mean, the thing is, I personally feel like with Craig Counsell, he's so understated and so quiet and so serious that I feel like you think he's not a good manager or whatever. He's actually one of the best managers in baseball. And I've been saying this since the moment he left the Brewers and after his first season. This is not the end for him. He is much better than people think, and I think that, I think he's going to have some good days with the Cubs for as long as he's with them because he's a great manager. And I was mad at him for like 24 hours. Then I got over it.
Would you want him back, though, instead of Pat Murphy?
No, I want Pat Murphy. I love Pat Murphy. Yeah. Pat Murphy is perfection, in my opinion. He's everything.
He's fantastic.
I think that I'm sure they wouldn't say it now, but if you ask him about the locker room vibe of Craig Counsell versus Pat Murphy, because Craig Counsell just always seemed mad. He always seems angry, but he wins. He's not
Pat
winning
Murphy's
right now.
hilarious. Pat Murphy's a fun guy.
Yeah, he's a very fun guy. He's a very fun guy, and I'm happy to have him. 2-time NL Manager of the Year, right? But yeah, we're gonna get to more of your thoughts on this question, which is, what's your favorite all-time sports moment in celebration of the Knicks going to the NBA Finals for the first time in nearly 3 decades? Let us know your thoughts. Call or text 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can always leave a comment on the live stream. We are currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. Still ahead, a great conversation with Martin Alvarado from the Madison Public Library about his picks and what's happening at maybe a library near you. So don't go anywhere. You are listening and or watching Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Network, and Greg Bach. I'm Greg Bach, too. I'm on the show as well. Stay tuned. Stay close.
Nice, Tom.
All right, guys.
Martin's on at 6:35, right?
Yeah.
He is,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
He's here right now, but I will tell him that. Give me 1 second.
Okay, great. It says 6:20 on the... I'm just going to change that. There we go. Okay. Let's do that. I don't know why I stopped saying my name. I just said Nite Lite with Pete Schwab.
I like when we were going to save those tags and you added, and Greg Bach.
Yeah, totally.
That was
it's awesome.
funny.
Yeah.
Did we actually do that, or was that just an idea?
We did that. I recorded
I
it.
thought so.
And Dom, hey, Dom. Dom, hey, Dom. Dom. Hey,
Dom.
Dom. Hey, Dom.
Lee,
Dom.
comma, Dom.
Hey, Dom. Dom. Hey, Dom.
talking about? Oh, man.
Do you have any of those sounders from celebrities who said, like, you're listening to Nite Lite with Pete
do have
Schwaba,
another one. Yeah.
and then with me, that's like where I added my name?
No, but I can start adding that. The only problem is it's a little harder to edit, but I can do that. I definitely should probably start doing that. But I don't really even include Pete. It's kind of just this is Nite Lite on the Civic Media Network, and then it just goes into it. It's more like kind of open ended, but
They don't say on the Civic Media Network though. None of the people that they
Robbie,
do.
Robbie has one. Yeah.
Who's Robbie?
Has one. Let me listen to it real quick. Robbie Schultz.
Oh yeah.
I was expecting like Robbie Robertson, Robbie Schultz. You know, the guy from down the street. Yeah, he's the gets the
He was
paper.
a
Gets the
good
paper.
guest. No, he's like a TV barbecue guy. Yeah, he was a good guest. In fact, Laura and Raquel, who found us, David Zucker found us Robbie. He was a good guest, but
Nice.
he didn't like me. But
Why?
No, I'm kidding. It was great. It was fun. But he said on the Civic Media Network.
I think he did. Yes.
So that works. Yeah.
I said some barbecue today. That was really good.
Oh no, maybe it's not him. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure that out.
No, it doesn't.
That's fine. It's not a big deal. We're not.
Don't
we're
worry
just
about
asking.
it now.
We're just yeah.
15 seconds, guys.
You're like freaking out over this. We're like seriously.
Drop
doesn't matter.
everything.
I'm trying to get it right. You know. I'm trying to get it right.
Cancel the show. We're done. We're doing it live.
Blows from the north and south and east. Whoa, mercy, mercy me. All things ain't what they used to be. No.
Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. You can always get in touch, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Call or text. We can also get in touch with us via the Civic Media app. You can also go to the live stream. We are currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. Our question of the night is, what's your favorite all-time sports moment? Let us know. We have lots to get through. We just had a laundry list of our own personal ideas. So let's get right back into this. Dom, you did the one from Brett, but let's keep it moving with Karen from Racine.
Absolutely. Karen from Racine said the 57 Braves.
Okay, all right.
Milwaukee Braves.
Very
nice.
My grandmother worked at County Stadium when that happened.
Beautiful.
Nice.
And we also got my mom, Christine, says the best was when the Fridge Perry made a touchdown from the Bears. Back then, he was known as big, but now he would probably be just thought of as normal
How
or
about
not
that?
as big.
Undersized even.
Probably, yeah.
Insane.
William, can you gain a little weight, please? We need to get.
But Don,
what
you
did
got to read. You got to read what your mom tagged it with.
Yeah. What did Mama Lee say?
She said, "And no AI for my Dom." Oh my gosh, that is so.
That's about the
deserves-
sweetest thing.
You're a
I've
little
heard.
Italian stallion.
Yeah.
You little Italian stallion. Jimmy Caesar here gets no AI.
Stop.
All right, let's keep moving on for the.
Yep, we got Eric listening in from Madison. Says Badgers winning Rose Bowl in 1994. The program was really down, late 80s, early 90s,
Yeah.
big for Wisconsin.
That was great.
We got Robert from lacrosse saying, when in 2021, the lacrosse curling club sent its first team to national championships.
it.
That's got to be pretty cool. Yeah.
Love those
Congratulations. That's
offbeat
awesome.
sports
That's
too.
awesome.
That's
I love
fantastic.
that. I love that.
We got Monica.
I can't wait for Dom to try to pronounce this next one.
I know. I'm scared. Monica from Mount Horeb says, Nadia Comaneci getting the first perfect 10 in gymnastics in 1976. Thanks, Pete.
Come in.
I love Nadia Comaneci.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's a great story.
In the big way. I had a big crush on her.
Yeah. She.
All right.
Making Greg feel awkward. Oh, wow. Too much information, Schwaba.
Hey, no, it's fine. I mean, I'm sure
like
she was.
five,
I was not even born at that point. So.
You missed out.
Let's see what else we got here. We got Brett from Brown Deer texting in, a little bit different than the question of the night. The Trump phone made with American values in mind has a U.S. flag on it with 11 stripes. Might be American values in mind, but those are Chinese hands making them. Okay.
Yeah, they're trying to say now that the word Trump Mobile are the last stripes. They're like, nice save.
It was a great sports moment.
Yeah.
Pretty good save. Yeah.
The moment where I kicked my Trump mobile phone into Lake Michigan.
Through the uprights. Yeah.
We got John Murray, says, so the Bears 1985 Super Bowl, and how much did Michael Jordan and the Bulls spoil us? So a long drought after all that, and then the Cubs win a pennant like a boss. All great moments that stick. And then he also says Game 6 shot was like magic, yes. And then he also said, couldn't close my mouth the first time I saw Dr. J dunk over a center 10 inches taller than him with a red, white, and blue rubber ball.
Ooh, the ABA, baby. The ABA. Great. Oh, my gosh. I think
we missed. We got one here from Luke that we missed. I want to get that one, too. He says, there's a shot Christian Leitner made over Kentucky. Duke versus Kentucky. That's Luke and Madison. Thank you, Luke. I still hate Duke so much, but that was an amazing
and Kentucky, honestly. We got Annie from Watertown says, favorite sports moment when my son said after 2 years high school football, yeah, maybe it's not a good idea to get concussions.
That's a great sports moment.
That's a smart young man there, Annie. Very smart young man.
Very nice.
So smart, Greg had to go 50s press.
That's right. I'm working here at the printing press here, and let me tell you something. The cigar shop down the street, they're doing a really good event. All right.
Full stop.
Full stop. All right. Let's save the last couple, too. Let's get to the Facebook messages from Pete. And I got some on mine as well. But, we're still reading these messages. You can let us know. The question of the night is, what is your favorite all-time sports moment? Call or text. And, Pete, read a couple, then we actually have a phone call.
Yeah, these are awesome. Oh, let's take the call. Let's get the call in.
It's Ollie from the North Woods.
Hey.
Ollie, what's going on, my friend?
Well, I have to tell you my all-time favorite sports thing was probably in the 1990s, and it was the Vikings game that my dad actually gave up watching so he could finally fix dinner for my mom instead of her always fixing dinner for him and trucking it into the living room in front of his game.
Ollie, are you trying to make me cry? That is absolutely beautiful.
I just thought, that's the thing that I remember the most was the year that I came home and he actually was fixing dinner for her instead of her having to take the food into him so he could watch his games all the time.
How did it taste? Was it good?
I'm sure it was.
What an interesting follow-up, Pete.
When we were kids, he made bread even.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Very
That's
nice.
awesome, Ollie.
Thank you so much, Ollie, for calling in. Always appreciate hearing from you, our friend. Seriously, have yourself a great night. Take care, Ollie.
Okie doke. All right.
Okie doke.
I love, too, that's like a peripheral sports. It's out of sports that this moment came, if not on the court or the field. Thank you, Ollie. Stacy Sue says, when Brett Favre went in to replace Magic Man Don Makowski. Man. I remember that very well. New career was born. Incredible. Janet agrees with her. That was a great moment. Stacy Sue also says, when my dad, Ivor Johnson, got a hole-in-one at North Shore Golf Club. That's up here in Menominee out in the county.
Nice.
That's fantastic. That's got to be something. You shoot a hole-in-one.
My father-in-law was an avid golfer, and I think he shot at least one. I think he shot two, but I couldn't even imagine. I would never golf again. I'd be like, I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't do it on a mini golf course. Sadly, I don't even get the birdies.
Cash Money Carl would be so disappointed.
Cash Money Carl would be so. And then Stacy Sue also says, anytime the Brewers beat the Scubs, doggone it, Stacy Sue.
I'm not encouraging this, I promise you. Good sportsmanship all around. All right, folks, we got to take a quick break, but when we come back from the news, we'll be talking to Martin Alvarado from the Madison Public Library about his picks and what's going on in the library possibly near you. So don't go anywhere. Stick around. You are listening and or watching Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. Stay tuned. Stay close.
Crowded land, how much more will you from me? Can't you stand?
All right, I am going to help Martin.
Do your thing.
Get ready.
All right.
Should we get to go? All right, 5 minutes.
Okay. Testing, testing.
Yep, perfect. And
I can't hear myself. Should I be hearing myself or?
Can you hear me?
Barely, but I'm not really sure if it's coming through.
Okay, let me. I'll turn you up here, and we can try it that way. Okay. Give me one
Sure.
sec. Perfect. Is this really loud? You can turn yourself down, maybe. How's that?
It's good enough for me. Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome, man. All right, then we will be live in about 2 minutes.
Cool.
Awesome. I'm gonna shut this door.
Right.
Martin, do you have a full title you would like to go by?
Community engagement librarian for business and technology.
Community. Let me write this down real quick.
Or just community engagement librarian if it's too much for display.
Librarian for the Madison Public Library, right?
Correct.
Awesome. All righty. Thank you, sir. All right, 1 minute, guys.
I'm giving you a long look every day, every day, every day, every day I write the book. Chapter 1.
Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. As always, get in touch, call or text. The number is the same, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on that live stream. We're currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. Still ahead, we have the nightcap for you. So don't go anywhere. We're going to talk about what we've learned and get to more of your comments on tonight's question. What is your favorite all-time sports moment? You can always get in touch. Let us know. Got some more time left, but now it's time to welcome to the show our second guest of the evening, returning friend of the show. He is the community engagement librarian for the Madison Public Library. Martin Alvarado is back talking about books, talking about what's happened at the library. Martin, welcome back, friend. Thank you so much for being here this evening.
Oh, it's great to be back. And just happy summer to everyone. It just feels that way at this point. And that's apropos of the fact that one of the greatest American traditions, summer reading, is almost going to be full in force. I think the drop comes on June 1st. And it's really interesting. I have like all these fun memories. I think I was more interested in getting the pizza than reading when I was a kid. But I think whatever gets you reading is a good thing. And there's all sorts of fun things that libraries have planned out. There's also reading for clubs for adults now where you get like little prizes and milestones. So it's like, okay, why not keep doing that all your life? And kudos to the libraries who do that.
Love it.
One of the cool things that I noticed is that a bunch of libraries, one of the national themes is Unearth Your Story or Unearth a Story. And they're going to be focusing on dinosaurs, archaeology, just all sorts of things that have to do with digging in the ground. So I always think it's cool when it involves like not going beyond the books.
Absolutely.
The one that I like that I want to call out is Eau Claire at the L.E. Phillips Library. They're hosting a merry medieval fair on Saturday, June 6th from 10 to 2. A lot of performers making candles, sword play, etc., wool spinning. But to ensure the celebration remains safe and fun for everyone, the library wishes to remind the public that the building and grounds are strictly combat-free zones. All guests are kindly asked to leave their weapons, including foam swords, plastic shields, and any other replicas, safely tucked away in their distant homelands. I think that's usually what I do before I head over here to Nite Lite. I make sure I'm not
you can bring swords and clubs and maces. Like, that'd be half the fun, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You've got a lot going on, specifically in Milwaukee. It's lessons from Milwaukee's grassroots response to AIDS. Tell us about some of the Pride events going on at in our libraries across the state.
So that one is happening in Madison, and we're very lucky to have a Milwaukee-based historian who is going to be looking at how the LGBTQ, the gay community, essentially during the 80s, at the height of the AIDS crisis, they didn't have any resources. They weren't given sometimes even like any legal protections, and just how they figured out how to make it through. A lot of them didn't, but these are gaining on, I think, what has come up with a much more significance in these days that are more turbulent is how do we make it so our community is safe so that we can take care of each other. People are having trouble paying bills. They might be facing some uncertainties. So it's, I think, taking those lessons and knowing that there were people who made it through, who were faced with really difficult situations. And also, I think, looking at the library as a place where people of all identities have been able to find a place where they can find themselves reflected in the books. And I think, more importantly, knowing that if they check out any book from the library or anything, that is completely confidential and private and protected by state law, which back in the day, you wouldn't want to be outed for picking up a certain book. And that's been, I think, one of the things that, regardless of who you are, sexual orientation, race, ethnicity, having that assurance that you have a space where your data isn't mined and being sold and everything, where what you do, what you want to read more about, explore, just stays there is just, I think, one of the core things that ties in with Pride Month.
I think you mentioned this before, but Martine, please repeat that. When you go to the library, not only are you safe to check out what you want, but your data and your information, because that's something like, besides like, we fortunately right now we live in a world where no one's getting picked up for the books they're getting from the library or from online, but we see a lot of companies that are buying up information on folks, ID, data mining, things, and you don't do that, right?
No, it's state law, and at least in Wisconsin, and I think around the country, there needs to be a court order for that to be released. Just a quick anecdote from around 2001 after September 11th. Yeah. The FBI started sending all these letters to libraries. They wanted to know who had checked out what and what. The libraries weren't allowed to say, we've had a letter from the FBI, but some libraries that were really clever put out a sign that said, we have not received a letter from the FBI. And then if the librarians took the sign down, then it was a hint of like, oh, I think maybe something happened. Yeah. So all sorts of creative ways, I think, just people find to face all these challenges.
Absolutely. That's a good, I think that's important for people to know, especially in today's day of data mining everything. I mean, what else is going on whether it's in Madison or, I mean, you sent this lovely list of all these different things happening in libraries all across the state. Is there anything that sticks out that you want to talk about right now?
Well, quickly, also just along the theme of Pride and Wisconsin Rapids, also on Thursday, June 11th, 2026 at 6:30, two editors, Margaret Mooney and Margaret McMurray, and are going to be talking about just a pioneering group of people, the lesbian moms of the 1980s, 1990s, and 2000s in the Madison area. I think they were taking a lot of risks, but who doesn't take risks for their family and for being able to live who they are? So I think it's interesting because now we're looking at the history of something that happened within our lifetimes, but now it's something that's talked about in history books and memoirs and everything. So for me, it's just, being able to place it in its context. It's something that's been around families forever, but now all this progress that people did in the past has set it up so that people can be more free. Generations can live with a little bit less fear. But despite everything that's happening right now, I think there's a good history that people can look back on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our guest is Martin Alvarado, who is the business and technology librarian at the Madison Public Library, but he has his finger on the pulse of libraries around the state. He joins us once a month here to talk books and events happening at your local library. Martin, let's talk about road trips. This is some great book talk. You shared this with us, and what do you recommend? Like either what you've heard or what you've read yourself. I don't expect you to read every book that you send us on these lists. I certainly haven't, but what do you recommend? What's the first thing that comes to your mind in regard to road trip books?
I want to recommend two books that are either going to be hot off the press or being published in a couple weeks or so, because I think one of the really quintessential parts about a road trip is you get to see parts of the country at street level. You get to experience what people are going through. You get to go through places literally that are off the beaten path. And you can really, I think it lends itself to a lot of internal monologue because you're on the road, you're thinking about things trigger, you learn about things. If you're kind of a nerd, you might insert a bunch of history. The one that caught my eye was Midwestern Death Trip, which is a memoir of a woman who was having some difficulties, just maybe not fitting in, and then just goes with I love when people take vintage cars like a Cadillac and then just start going around and poking around different corners. Yeah. And just, I think it references this other book that's very interesting about Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Death Trip book that came out many years ago where they have all these people in funerals. So she takes that aesthetic because she was kind of a goth, safe to say, and then just applies that part. So there's her internal monologue, all the things that she's read about, and then the people she's encountering right now that are very different from maybe the people who were there, or maybe there's some similarities. So I think anything that takes us there. The other one called Monster of a Land that is coming out on June 16th is a woman from, I think, where is she coming from? She's doing basically
She's from Shamrock, Texas?
The Austin area part of things, and also like a very different setting than the Midwest, and also another woman traveling singly with her dog, and taking a cue from Travels with Charlie, which was John Steinbeck's trip when he was just knowing that his days were numbered. He goes from New York all the way around the country and then comes back through the South to New York and just really has a chance to talk to people. And both of them remark is when you have a dog, it's like your best calling card. It's your best way of opening up a conversation. Just show up with your dog and people open up. And I think just being able to have those conversations, knowing you're an outsider, people will sometimes tell you interesting things. And then, just anything that takes you on the road. I have to also call out Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Just an amazing book. I think the movie version actually does it pretty good justice, but just to capture the entirety of Hunter S. Thompson, you have to read the man to really take in. And it's, you can't really, as much as the special effects in the movie were cool, you can't really grasp the enormity of what Hunter was writing. And I was going to say, since this is I know you both are movie buffs, let's do a quick round. I'm going to throw out Easy Rider as one of my favorite road movies.
There you go. I did not see that movie until later in life, and I'm like, let's sit down and watch it. And by the time it was over, I'm like, this is so sad and depressing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, both the book and the movie are so much for me. I mean, I'm still a fan of Hunter S. Thompson, but I really delved into it, had read a lot of his books, and Fear and Loathing is the apex for me. To quote him, it's the high water mark. I mean, he's got other great books, but that one is just absolutely mind-blowing. You keep on asking yourself, when is it going to end? When are you guys going to, because they are just so just insane on drugs, but you're like, the way he writes about it is so beautiful too. And all there to watch, they're supposed to be there to watch a race.
Yeah, and I think the excuse is what gets you on the road, and then what happens on the road is kind of like the magic of all these tales.
I would like to recommend one too, Martine. I don't know if you've ever read On the Road. That's one of my all-time favorite books. I've read it 4 or 5 times. Jack Kerouac. And it I'm glad you think so. One of the books you shared here, On the Road in Search of Modern America, that's kind of what On the Road was in the 1940s when jazz was new, or at least new to white people, and all these. It was just such a great. I love the characters. I lose myself in the book, and some of his passages about the only ones for me are the mad ones. Mad to talk, mad to live. So great. I highly recommend that if you're looking for a road trip book as well.
And I think it's great. You can pick up a road trip book, whether you're staying at home, whether you're at the beach, whether you're on the road. It might be a great. The Lost Children Archive is one of my favorite recommendations. It's the story of this couple that records soundscapes, but it also ties into children that are being separated from their families on the southern border. So it has that immediacy, and it has the desolation of the desert, plus the relationship sort of breaking down. So it's a good one. The Archive of Lost Children by Valeria Luiselli.
Thank you very much. I was going to ask you to repeat that one, and we will make sure that all of this information is on our show notes, including if you check out your local library, please. It's a great resource. And that's the thing too, is whether you're young, old, boy, girl, doesn't matter, and doesn't matter who you vote for. The library is there for you to learn and to engage and to be a part of something great in the community. Martin Alvarado is the community engagement librarian for the Madison Public Library. He is here every single month. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us this month, Martin. Have yourself a wonderful evening.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Have a great June.
Thanks, Martin.
You as well.
Too.
All right, when we come back, we're going to get into the nightcap. We'll read more of your responses to our question of the night. What is your favorite all-time sport moment? And then we'll be talking about what we learned. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Stay close. You are listening and or watching Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. All right, let's talk about Dom.
My buddy.
I haven't read Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas in so long.
I've never read it.
That's really good.
Yeah, maybe I'll check that out.
Yeah.
I need a good summer read. I'm trying to be a reader again.
It's a good listen, too. If you got a good drive ahead of you, that's a great driving book. I tried doing Hell's Angels, but after a while I just got mad. I was tired of him talking about terror. God, the Hell's Angels are just awful human beings, and they're you're talking about their acts it's meh, no big deal.
Yeah.
When we come back, I will throw directly to Dom for the last text messages, and then do you have any Facebook messages left?
I think I've got 3.
Okay, and I've got a few as well, so
should be able
good
to jam through these.
Let's jam. Boom, 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 jam, jam.
Yeah, 4. Okay. Every day I write the book. Oh, I just saw this from Mike. Oh, I feel bad. I mean, I did say Thursday.
Yeah, and I texted him back, and yeah,
I saw that. Okay. he was pretty. I guess apparently it was very dark here. I thought we were going to get a bad storm, but we took a walk. My wife and my kids and I took a walk after the show, and a friend of ours got back from some sporting event and said they had to pull over. The rain was so bad.
Wow.
Up here, it missed us, but Mike, I think, was driving through that. So
cool. When we come back, we got Greg from Waukesha too. We'll throw to that quick, and then we'll go.
Okay.
So it'll be I'll intro. Dom, we'll do the call from Greg, and then Dom, and then Pete, and then me, and then we'll be done.
Sweet. Where did we leave off? Oh, I know. Okay, I figured it out. All right,
Glad I
guys.
could help.
We are coming back in T-minus 1 minute.
All right.
1 minute.
It's time to wind it down. Let's take a moment to look back and ask, what did we learn today? This is Nightcap with Greg and Pete.
Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. We're coming to you live from all over the state. I am Greg Bach, coming live from Radio Park in Racine. All the way up in Marinette, Wisconsin is Mr. Pete Schwaba. And in Madison is Dom Lee on the ones and twos. We are your Yadra Hey Triangle. So happy you're joining us this evening. We are officially in the nightcap, where we hear from you on the text line, on the live stream, and on the phone. We got a phone call from our friend Greg in Waukesha about tonight's question. What is your favorite sports moment of all time? Greg, good evening. Welcome to the show. How can we help you? What is your favorite moment?
Well, it's your favorite blind listener ever. Anyway.
You don't know that, Greg. You don't know that.
Well, I guess I don't. Okay.
You are.
Just tokenize myself. Anyway, so my favorite sports moment ever was in 1997, we went to the Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame, and we ended up going to a preseason game. It was the Packers versus the Patriots. And if you guys recall, that was the rematch game because the Packers and the Patriots, I believe, played in the 1996 Super Bowl. And we were like, we're not going to get seats for this game. We sat right behind the New England Patriots kicker. But, hey, at least we had seats, and that was one of my favorite sports moments. And rest in peace, Bob Uecker. So that's what I want to say. And you guys have a good night. Take care, okay?
Thank you, Greg.
You too, Greg. Thank you so much for calling. Appreciate hearing from you. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Actually, before we get to the text and to the Facebook, we do have some live stream comments that have been here for a while. Let's get to those as well. Dave on the live stream says, the 1993 Rose Bowl.
Yes.
My dad played in the 1960 Rose Bowl. Holy cow. It was so cool. We beat Michigan State in Japan to clinch the Big Ten title. The memories just rolled out. Sydney
That is
Politics
awesome.
says, and by the way, happy New Year, Sydney. Devin Hester running back the Super Bowl kickoff for a touchdown, and Anthony Joshua knocking out Jake Paul. Happy New Year. And every game the Celtics lose.
Oh,
and
I'm with you, Sid.
And then a lovely little bromance here. Sydney Politics says, sup, Dave? And then Dave says, Sid, what is up? I love that. People make friends here.
Dave's dad was the coach at Marinette High School.
Oh, my God. He played it.
Dave is from Marinette. Yeah, that's a great. That 93 Rose Bowl was awesome.
So cool.
Dom, what do we have left on the text messages?
Still got quite a few. We got John Murray texting and says, watch Greg Norman drain a shot from the bunker at the Western Open at Cog Hill in Illinois. The bunkers there are deep bowls and the players can't see out of. He was 30 feet away and absolutely lost it when he drained the perfect shot. He then broke the course record and lost to Nick Price, who also birdied on a par 3. Stunning. Wow.
There you go. There you go.
We
What else we got?
said sports moment. I don't know if called.
Dang, my
Kidding,
mom would be
John.
upset if you said that. Ooh, make Jackie mad.
We got Jason from West Dallas says, my moment was Hulk Hogan body slamming Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3. Okay.
Yeah, we can
must have
talk
been
about that
something
later.
We also got Annie from Watertown saying, a Packers game, Milwaukee.
She literally texted,
She did. Packers game, Milwaukee County Stadium, late 1970s. Game stopped. There were so many paper programs made. Paper programs made into airplanes covering the field. Oh yeah, the crowd was
back
going
in the
wild.
day, Tom, there were paper programs.
I didn't know that. But yes, Packers games were that boring. Anyone else still alive that was there, other than my sister and bro-in-law. Nice. Let's see what else we got. He also says, Andy from Waterton says, who doesn't take risks to raise their family? Pretty much everyone. With the cry face.
It's true, but I would say that lesbian moms and gay fathers, I'd say they also take huge risks. We just, I get that, but
let's see what else we got. Jake from Madison saying, favorite sports moment is Badgers beat undefeated Kentucky to go to men's basketball title game in 2015. Favorite team and my favorite sport. Really
Right on,
good.
Jake.
Awesome.
Nice.
And then Anna says, my favorite sport moment is the Miracle on Ice with
Oh,
the
yeah.
U.S. hockey team in 1980. Wow.
Come on. Come on right there. What do we got on the Facebook page there, Pete?
Stacy Sue says, just watching Muhammad Ali. That's a great one. Mike Desatel says, does Bob Uecker doing beer commercials count? Sure. It's sports. Absolutely. Sean Boyce says, Miracle on Ice. As much as the team played the way Herb Brooks led them as anything else, no extraneous hype needed. Modern equivalent would be a decent D1 football program playing the 78 Steelers. And then finally, Emerson Lehman, our pal from WBAY in Green Bay, says the finish to the 2026 Indianapolis 500. Emerson's a big racing fan. That's fantastic.
I got a couple here on my Facebook page. You see Joe with some lofty thoughts here. The Lions winning Super Bowl 61. Okay. Yeah. Chad, this is Randy Johnson vaporizing the pigeon.
Oh, wow. That was something.
That's so sad. And he won't talk about it to this day. He hates when people bring it up. Okay. Ryan says, at least we know it won't be interrupted by O.J. Simpson and the infamous White Bronco. All right. Good reference. Good reference right there. We did have one more left from John Murray and Madison. It's a little bit longer one, but we do have time. Dom, do you want to read that one really quick regarding the Blue Jays?
Just read chapter 1, John.
Yeah, exactly.
1978, St. Joseph Blue Jays boys basketball team won the Diocesan Conference Championship in Aurora, Illinois. Okay, whatever. The Blue Jays class size was 33. All their schools were topping out. It was crazy. Everyone turned on the radio. It was amazing. Never forget that feeling at the end of the day.
Nice.
We had a moment like that in Marinette, an actual Hoosier moment in 1964. There was a big picture on the wall. We beat Xavier, I think, for the state championship.
Nice. Love those moments. I'm surprised you didn't have that on your list.
I know. I wasn't even born yet.
All right, folks.
Nonetheless.
We got to get on out of here, but tomorrow we'll be talking to Mike Clemens about all things sports, probably specifically some Packer sports as well, so stick around for that. And we'll be talking Brewers as well, but that'll be in the first hour. And then Nite Lite Movie Club, we'll be talking about The Outsider, so watch it. Get in touch with us. Let us know, but we all be right back here tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat station. Thank you so much, everyone who called, texted, left a comment on the live stream. We really appreciate you. Engineering Traffic, Dom and Tucker, thank you for all the work you do. It's time to skip on out of here, but listen to more programming after we're done. It's fun. It's Civic Media. Pete, say goodnight to the people.
Good night, Wisconsin.
We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky.